I mean, it's her way of saying everything I've ever done to this date is a failure.
What if the person who helped Meghan Markle's rise could also be the one to bring it crashing down? A Soho House insider is allegedly ready to reveal unreleased messages and hidden truths from Meghan's past, and sources claim Prince Harry is furious. But what's fact, and what's just internet whispers? Could these secrets really change everything we thought we knew about the Duchess of Sussex? You might have seen wild headlines online about a Soho House insider revealing Meghan Markle's unreleased messages and claiming Prince Harry is furious. It sounds like the kind of story that gets people clicking, sharing, and talking. But before we dive into the rumors, let's take a step back and look at what we actually know, what's real, and what's just online chatter.
Passion project that I turned into a business.
Yeah, not a very good business, as is now abundantly clear.
Meghan Markle's story is well known by now. She started out as an actress, became a lifestyle blogger with her site The Tig, landed her breakout acting role on Suits, and eventually became the Duchess of Sussex after marrying Prince Harry. That's the broad public arc. But before all that, long before Netflix deals and global fame, there was a younger Meghan navigating her early career, trying to build connections, and yes, sometimes using social hubs that connected her with interesting people.
To announce what she says is a full circle moment, and that's a brand collaboration with Soho House. So Meghan posted.
One such place was Soho House. If you haven't heard of it, Soho House is an exclusive members club network that began in London and spread to cities all over the world. It's known for attracting creative professionals, actors, artists, influencers, and business types. People who are often in the orbit of fame and opportunity. For someone trying to grow her career and visibility, it's easy to see why a place like that would be part of her social life.
Stomping ground of West Hollywood with a brand, family, and friends that have been part of my life for so long, and also part of my love story with H since our very first date was at an SH.
During her Suits years, Meghan was indeed spotted at Soho House locations, mingling with other creatives and enjoying the lifestyle that came with her rising profile. Around this time, she was also running The Tig, a lifestyle blog filled with curated travel stories, food experiences, luxury posts, and personal reflections. If you go back and look at The Tig today, you won't find most of that content. Meghan deleted the blog before she married Harry. She also removed or cleaned up many of her older social media accounts. Some people see that as a sign of someone intentionally controlling her narrative early on, shaping what the world sees and doesn't see about her past, while others see it simply as someone moving on from an older chapter in life.
The Marcus Anderson thing, I would say that this is one of the most stiff postures I've seen in some time from the Montecito duo.
Into this picture steps Marcus Anderson, sometimes spelled Marcus online, a longtime friend of Meghan's, who has been part of the conversation in various media reports. Marcus worked as a consultant for Soho House, and by all accounts, he was well connected within that world. He wasn't just a random guest at parties. He was part of the network that helped many members find their feet in the social landscape of creative cities.
Like they are making an M themselves. No, really. It's like, oh, you stand there, H.
There are real, verified reports, including from outlets like the Times of India and others, that Marcus played a role in facilitating early meetings between Meghan and Prince Harry. These weren't paparazzi-style run-ins. According to those sources, Marcus helped set up private room introductions at Soho House, invited them to exclusive launches, and generally acted as a friendly bridge between Meghan and Harry's social circles. It's also a fact that Marcus tends to avoid the spotlight. When Harry and Meghan projects, or documentaries on platforms like Netflix have covered Meghan's background, Marcus's face and name have been notably absent or minimized. That absence has fueled curiosity even among casual fans. Now let's talk about the rumored narrative the stuff that gets passed around in social media threads, blogs, forums, and comment sections. There's a portion of internet chatter that goes much further than documented facts. On some corners of the web, people portray Marcus as a hidden gatekeeper to wealthy networks, someone who allegedly holds unreleased messages from Meghan's past, and who stands ready to expose secrets that could upend the public image she has today. Some headlines even say he's poised to release these messages, and that Prince Harry is furious about it.
Saying even Meghan has more masculinity than Harry right now with those with her feet. What is this, Harry? What is that posture?
Here's the important part. Those claims are not verified by reputable outlets. They are part of online gossip and speculation. No major, trusted news organization has published evidence of unreleased messages. No respected journalist has confirmed that Harry is seething over secret communications. And there's nothing credible showing that Marcus is preparing a tell-all about Meghan's life. These kinds of stories get attention because they tie into the larger public fascination with royalty, celebrity lifestyle, and elite social circles like Soho House. But they remain in the realm of rumor and tabloid sensationalism unless verified. When you see phrases like insider reveals or unreleased messages, it's worth taking a deep breath and asking yourself, who is this source? Is it an actual journalist with verifiable information, or is it someone repeating online gossip? Right now, outside of social media noise, there's no evidence that Marcus is sitting on secret messages that are about to shake up the world. It's also helpful to understand why a place like Soho House attracts so much speculation. The club has always marketed itself as a space for creatives and influential people. Members enjoy privacy, exclusivity, and an environment where connections can happen discreetly. That exclusivity is part of the appeal, and partly why stories about what goes on behind closed doors can sound so mysterious and dramatic. But exclusivity doesn't equal scandal, and networking doesn't automatically imply anything untoward. So what is real about Meghan's connections to Soho House and Marcus? The factual thread is straightforward. Meghan was part of the Soho House social scene during her early career. Marcus was a friend from that scene, and someone with connections in that world. He did help facilitate introductions, including between Meghan and Prince Harry. And when Meghan's public life became intensely scrutinized, as it inevitably would once she entered the royal spotlight, some figures from her past didn't become part of the picture on screen or in documentaries. That absence is real. What's speculative is the leap from absence to hidden conspiracy. Let's talk a bit about public image too. Meghan's decision to delete the TIG and old social media wasn't unique to her. Many people who enter the royal fold or step into intense public roles revise what's available from their past online. But deleting content does invite curiosity. If someone has shared beautiful images of yacht trips, luxury dinners, and creative projects, and then removes that history, people naturally wonder why. Was it strategic? Was it privacy? Was it about reshaping a narrative? There are many interpretations, but none of them are proof of a scandal. The way these stories spread online also says something about the internet today. A rumor can sprout quickly, get repeated on dozens of sites, and sound authoritative even if it started on a forum thread. People share because the narrative is juicy, provocative, feels like inside information, or plays into existing opinions they already hold about public figures. But as with any celebrity story, especially involving real people's lives, one of whom is still a senior member of Britain's royal family, it's critical to separate fact from speculation.
Yes, she doesn't run him. She doesn't even find him. So I think it's disgusting, her behaviour. She will take a plane and go to win any type of
Despite the noise, there's no verified evidence that Prince Harry is furious because of hidden messages from Meghan's past. There's no confirmed list of secret communications ready to be published by a disgruntled friend. What does exist in more reputable reporting is a friendship from the early days, a social network that was part of Meghan's life as she built her career, and a mutual connection that helped bring two people together. At the end of the day, stories like this tap into something bigger: curiosity about how relationships form, what really happens in elite social circles, and how public images are crafted and controlled. Meghan Markle's transition from actress and blogger to Duchess and global public figure is a fascinating journey. And yes, she was intentional about her narrative, just like many public figures are when they know their past will one day be public fodder. But intention isn't the same as hidden wrongdoing, and curiosity shouldn't be confused with fact. So next time you see a headline screaming about unreleased messages or explosive insider drops, remember to ask who's reporting it and what evidence supports it. In this case, the spotlight is on rumor, not confirmed truth. Until reputable sources publish verifiable information, these stories stay in the realm of gossip. Interesting to talk about, intriguing to imagine, but not grounded in proven reality. If you've been scrolling social media lately, you might have stumbled across headlines claiming that a Soho House insider is about to reveal Meghan Markle's unreleased messages, and that Prince Harry is supposedly furious. The story sounds explosive, right? But before we get lost in the clickbait, let's take a step back and look at what's actually known, what's documented, and what's really just online speculation. Understanding Meghan's early career, her social life, and the people she was connected with helps give context to these claims, even if some of the details floating around are far from verified. Meghan Markle's rise to global fame didn't happen overnight. She started as an actress, got into lifestyle blogging with her site, The Tig, and then found a bigger audience with her role on Suits. Eventually, she married Prince Harry and became the Duchess of Sussex, stepping into a level of public scrutiny that few people could ever imagine. But long before all of that, Meghan was actively building her career, networking, and socializing in spaces that connected her with other creatives, influencers, and people in positions of opportunity. One of the most notable of those spaces was Soho House, a private members club known for its exclusivity, creative crowd, and global network of locations. From London to Toronto to Los Angeles, Soho House attracts actors, artists, writers, and influencers, and it's the kind of place where connections and introductions can really shape someone's career trajectory.
Clothes, whether it's being wonderful and mother, anything like that. She'll be in a private plane, no problem, but she won't go to him. And it's very interesting.
Meghan's involvement with Soho House predates her royal life, and she was seen there during her early acting and blogging years. The club was a natural fit for her. It offered a mix of socializing, networking, and visibility, all in an environment designed to be private and exclusive. And while online discussions sometimes spin wild narratives, suggesting dark underbellies or transactional relationships, it's important to be clear. There is no credible evidence supporting these claims. Stories about yacht photos or mysterious invitations might make for sensational reading, but they remain in the realm of speculation and rumor. Soho House, at its core, is a networking space, not a hub of scandal, even if the internet likes to imagine it that way. During her early years as an actress and blogger, Meghan was actively part of social circles that included Soho House members. These environments allowed her to meet people, attend events, and build connections that could help her career, both professionally and socially. It was within this social world that she crossed paths with Marcus Anderson, a longtime friend and consultant connected to Soho House. Marcus, by all reports, had a role in helping people navigate the club's social networks and could facilitate introductions and connections. What's documented is that Marcus was close to Meghan, traveled with her, and was present at significant moments in her life. His role has fueled speculation, but the verifiable facts show a long-term friendship and shared social experiences. Now, here's where the story of Meghan and Prince Harry intersects with Soho House. Multiple sources have reported that settings connected to the club helped bring them together. It wasn't a chance encounter on the street. It was facilitated through mutual friends and trusted social spaces. Soho House, with its private rooms and controlled environments, provided the backdrop for early interactions between Meghan and Harry. Marcus Anderson, in particular, was part of that network, helping to make introductions and creating opportunities for connections. This doesn't mean anything nefarious happened. It simply reflects how social networking and trusted introductions can work in high-profile circles. Even though some online chatter tries to frame Marcus as a kind of hidden gatekeeper, holding secrets or unreleased messages, there's no verified evidence to suggest he has anything explosive waiting to be released. Marcus's absence from public Netflix representations or documentaries has only fueled curiosity. But that's more about editorial choices than proof of scandal. What is clear is that Marcus had a friendship with Meghan that predated her royal life, and that he was someone she trusted enough to have in her social orbit during those formative years. Meghan's deleted blog, The Tig, and her cleanup of old social media accounts also contribute to the sense of mystery. She shared lifestyle content, travel stories, and glimpses into her life. But before marrying Harry, she chose to remove much of it. While some interpret that as a deliberate attempt to control her narrative, it's also common for public figures to clear their digital footprint before a major life transition. It signals a desire to shape the story the world sees, not necessarily a hidden agenda. When you put all this together, a picture emerges that is far more mundane and human than the sensational headlines suggest. Meghan was a young professional navigating career opportunities, building friendships, and using social spaces like Soho House to meet people. Marcus Anderson was a friend and social connector who helped facilitate introductions and social interactions, including those that eventually led to her meeting Prince Harry. These are the facts. What gets added on top? Secret client lists, unreleased messages, or claims that Harry is furious comes almost entirely from online rumor mills and tabloid speculation. That doesn't mean the speculation doesn't spark interest. People love stories about power, influence, and hidden networks, especially when they involve someone as famous as Meghan Markle. Soho House, with its exclusivity and high profile, members, is the perfect setting for such stories. Add in deleted blog posts, yacht photos, and the curated image Meghan has maintained, and you have all the ingredients for a narrative that feels juicy, even if it's not backed by evidence. It's also worth noting that networking and social positioning are not unique to Meghan. Many actors, artists, and influencers navigate similar spaces to meet people who can help their careers. Soho House is part of a broader ecosystem where social interaction intersects with professional growth. That Meghan happened to be successful in leveraging these connections does not imply wrongdoing. It simply shows that she was effective at using the social tools available to her. Even the relationship with Prince Harry, while extraordinary in its public impact, can be understood within this context. The introductions, the private social spaces, and the facilitation by trusted friends like Marcus were all part of creating the conditions for a meaningful connection to form. There is nothing verified that suggests manipulation or deceit beyond the normal dynamics of social networking. At the end of the day, the fascination with unreleased messages and insider revelations says more about public curiosity than about reality. Marcus Anderson's friendship with Meghan is real, as are her social connections and early career maneuvers. But the more extreme claims, secret messages, explosive disclosures, or Harry's alleged fury remain in the realm of unverified gossip. They make for compelling reading and viral headlines, but they do not constitute proven fact. Understanding the difference is key to seeing the story clearly. So, while it's fun to imagine dramatic reveals or secret networks behind the scenes, the verified narrative is simpler and human. Meghan Markle was an actress and blogger navigating her early career, socializing in spaces like Soho House, forming friendships, and meeting people who would shape her future. Marcus Anderson was a close friend and connector in that social world, present for important moments and part of her story. The rest, the rumors, the speculation, the imagined unreleased messages, remains exactly that: speculation. It's a reminder that even in the age of endless online gossip, separating fact from rumor is crucial. There's nothing wrong with curiosity or with exploring the social history of public figures, but it's always worth asking, what is documented and what is just an interpretation or exaggeration? When it comes to Meghan, Marcus, Soho House, and the early days of her connection to Harry, the documented facts tell a story that is interesting enough without needing to lean on unverified secrets. It's a story of ambition, friendship, social networks, and the human journey of someone building a life in the public eye. Fascinating, but grounded in reality. Lately, you've probably seen headlines claiming that a Soho House insider is about to reveal Meghan Markle's unreleased messages, and that Prince Harry is furious about it. These stories spread fast on social media, forums, and gossip sites, making it sound like there's some secret bombshell about Meghan's past that could shake up everything we thought we knew about her. But before we get swept up in the drama, it's really important to step back and separate what's verified from what's speculation. In the age of viral storytelling, these kinds of claims can seem believable at first glance, but the facts often tell a different story. Some of the chatter online focuses on Marcus Anderson, a longtime friend of Meghan, who also worked as a consultant with Soho House. Certain forums and tabloid articles suggest he has unreleased messages, receipts, and even a so-called client list from Meghan's past. These claims often tie into a larger narrative about Meghan allegedly networking strategically with wealthy men, positioning herself carefully within elite social circles, and using her connections to advance her career. Naturally, that kind of story gets a lot of attention because it sounds dramatic, mysterious, and just a little scandalous. People love imagining secret doors opening behind closed walls, deals happening at exclusive clubs, and the tension of someone holding powerful secrets. That said, here's the crucial point. None of these claims have been verified by reputable sources. No major news outlet has published messages, receipts, or any lists supposedly tied to Meghan. The so-called insider information is circulating primarily on social media, online forums, and in gossip-driven tabloids. These sources often don't provide evidence, cite anonymous sources without verification, or rely on second or third-hand information. That doesn't mean the chatter isn't interesting, but it absolutely should not be treated as fact. Public reporting continues to focus on Meghan's documented timeline, her career as an actress, her blog The Tig, her work on Suits, and her public social interactions prior to marrying Prince Harry. These are all facts, backed by credible reporting and first-hand sources. Looking at the documented timeline, Meghan was actively socializing in circles that included Soho House before her royal life. Soho House is a private members club known for its exclusivity and creative, influential membership. Actors, artists, and other public figures frequent it. And for someone building a career in Hollywood or Toronto's entertainment scene, being part of that social network could offer opportunities to meet people, attend events, and make valuable connections. Meghan's presence in these spaces is well known and uncontroversial. She attended events, mingled with other creatives, and generally participated in the club's social life. That's very different from the claims of secret lists or strategic manipulation floating around online. Marcus Anderson's role, as far as reliable reporting shows, was as a friend and a consultant connected to Soho House. He facilitated social interactions and helped introduce people to each other, including, reportedly, creating conditions that allowed Meghan and Prince Harry to meet in private settings. These introductions were part of a broader social network, not secret deals or conspiracies. Marcus is known for keeping a low profile, which perhaps explains why he wasn't prominently featured in documentaries or Netflix specials about Meghan. That absence has created space for rumor, with some people reading too much into his relative invisibility and speculating that he's hiding explosive information. It's also worth noting Meghan's blog, The Tig, and her social media activity from that period. She shared travel stories, lifestyle experiences, and curated snapshots of her life. But before marrying Harry, she deleted much of that content. Some interpret this as deliberate narrative control, a way to present a more polished story to the world, while others see it as a normal step when someone is entering a new chapter in life. Either way, her digital cleanup has contributed to speculation and the sense that there's something being hidden, even though deleting posts is not evidence of wrongdoing or secret messages. Despite the online chatter, there is no verified evidence that Marcus possesses secret communications or lists, and there is no reporting from trusted outlets confirming that Prince Harry is furious over them. What we have are speculative claims amplified through viral channels, often presented as insider information, but lacking factual support. For anyone following these stories, it's important to approach them with a critical eye. The difference between a compelling narrative for social media and documented reality can be huge. And jumping from rumor to assumed fact is easy in the echo chamber of the internet. At the same time, the story remains engaging because it plays into familiar themes: secrecy, exclusive social circles, and powerful connections. It's fun to imagine secret introductions happening in private rooms at Soho House, or to speculate about how people use social networks to advance their careers. But while such speculation can make for entertaining conversation, it should not be presented as verified truth. The documented story of Meghan and Marcus is simpler and much more relatable. They were friends, socialized in shared spaces like Soho House, and Marcus helped create opportunities for Meghan to connect with people, including the early interactions that led to her meeting Prince Harry. That's the confirmed part of the story, and it already gives us plenty to discuss without leaning on unverified claims. In the bigger picture, this highlights a common challenge when following celebrity stories. Online forums, gossip sites, and social media can make unverified claims feel urgent, credible, or explosive. Headlines scream about secret messages, leaked lists, and private scandals, but the careful observer notices the absence of evidence and credible sourcing. For Meghan Markle, Marcus Anderson, and Soho House, the documented facts tell a coherent story: a young actress and lifestyle blogger moving in creative social circles, making connections that eventually intersected with the man she would marry. That story is already compelling, without needing unverified insider revelations to spice it up. Ultimately, while the idea of unreleased messages and insider exposes is exciting for some, it's important to maintain perspective. Publicly documented information shows a friendship, a shared social network, and early career networking, and nothing credible confirms explosive secrets. Distinguishing between rumor and fact is key, especially when the claims involve real people with ongoing public and private lives. Meghan's rise, her strategic social positioning, and her friendship with Marcus Anderson are all factual, interesting, and noteworthy. The rest, alleged messages, client lists, and claims of Harry's fury, remain speculative and unverified. So while the internet will continue to buzz with sensational claims and tabloid-inspired theories, anyone looking for the truth about Meghan's early social circles, Soho House involvement, and friendship with Marcus should stick to documented facts. She was an ambitious young woman, socially adept, and building connections in spaces that could help her career. Marcus Anderson was a friend and connector, part of her journey, but not a shadowy puppet master. Separating verified history from rumor allows us to appreciate her real story without getting lost in the spin. That's the most reliable, interesting, and human way to understand this whole Soho House insider narrative.